Today we dive into the fascinating story of how Mzilikazi became king of the Ndebele. The Khumalo people, Mzilikazi's clan, originally lived near the Mkuze River in northern KwaZulu-Natal. They were caught in a deadly power struggle between Zulu leader Shaka and Zwide, the leader of the Ndwandwe clan, who happened to be Mzilikazi's grandfather. Zwide had Mzilikazi's father killed, leaving Mzilikazi as chief of the Khumalo. To survive, Mzilikazi allied himself with Shaka, who was building the powerful Zulu empire. Shaka trusted and even loved Mzilikazi, giving him land, authority, and a seat on his advisory council. But Mzilikazi had bigger dreams. He wanted to be king in his own right. The breaking point came when Mzilikazi led a raid against a Sotho chief. Instead of handing the captured cattle to Shaka, as custom demanded, he kept them. When Shaka's envoys arrived to collect the loot, Mzilikazi humiliated them, arresting the delegation and sending them back empty-handed. That bold act marked the birth of Mzilikazi, the independent king. Knowing war was inevitable, Mzilikazi moved his people north. Shaka sent regiments after him, but they failed. Mzilikazi crossed the Vaal River, settled near modern-day Pretoria, and built his base called Mhlahlandlela. He subdued local Sotho and Tswana groups and expanded his new kingdom. Though Shaka died before avenging the betrayal, the Zulu later attacked again, forcing Mzilikazi to relocate further. Then came a new threat, the Boers. In 1837, they invaded with superior firepower, seizing thousands of cattle. Realizing his armies could not withstand guns, Mzilikazi heeded advice from missionary Robert Moffat and led his people north beyond the Limpopo. There, on the Zimbabwean plateau, he founded a powerful multi-ethnic kingdom, the Ndebele nation, uniting Nguni, Sotho, Tswana, Swazi, and local people under his rule. So, from betrayal and exile to resilience and conquest, Mzilikazi transformed himself from a Khumalo chief into the legendary king of the Ndebele.